All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. We're at the last game of the evening now for NA East Day 1. This is the opening and the ending for the final moments of the tournament here for NA East. With P-God consistent in his performance so far, he is slowly but surely breaking away with a nice, comfortable lead. 10 points is no easy feat for anyone in the competition, let alone this late in the competition with someone like P-God who has a nice, comfortable lead. Here goes Cease, though, on his back footing right now. Tactical shotgun in hand. He has secured Jules' loot as well. Once again, the drum gun and, of course, the mythic grappler playing into his benefit here. It looks like there was someone that got dropped right down here. Cease actually has 2 eliminations this early into the running. Oh, my gosh. And secures all of the Volt loot. The last time we checked in, Cease didn't have too many players at the drop spot. I'm looking down now, though, and it looks like this is an absolute desperate C here now. With the replay here, you guys have it. This is how it's going to kick off. A little bit of cone control inside the box, the right camera peek, all in his favor. And now the drum gun to walk right through Beast starter. And that's going to be how he finds his first frag right there. Give you guys a little bit of insight on how things are unfolding here at the Authority.
He's got to be really careful. One wrong mistake and Staff will absolutely capitalize on that.
Definitely. And now look at Bucky here, trying to figure out what the next big move is. It's been slow and steady up until now because of all that early game pop-off, but once this mid-game lull passes by, we're going to get right into the intensity. It's 50-plus players remaining, and things are only getting tighter and tighter. And here it is. In 30 seconds, we'll have that first half in, half out. And we went from a light lobby to a stacked lobby all of a sudden at the flip. Just showing you the difference as you start approaching that end game. P-God now based up in a 2x1, halfway through his material source as well. Let's think about that. He's already blown through most of his mats here just across to where he is right now. And using the stinkers this early, right? This is not the most optimal time to use it, but he's trying to make sure no one's nearby, right? He's literally using them as a scouting tool for the surrounding area. A bit prematurely if you ask me, but that's okay. He has a fair grip on the lay of the land, at least to his western side. He pulls half in, half out. That's massive.
And now it's even better because he has secured the area near him. He's going to take some damage. This is a wood wall that was there. Very good notice from the enemy that did end up getting the tags. He's fine, though. He's got the shields to heal it on up. That was very smart usage of the stinks. Now knowing that he has half in, half out. Not knowing that he would have gotten it would have been really, really detrimental. And I agree, the incorrect use. But luckily enough for him, he's pulled it. He's sitting in a box. He's just waiting. He doesn't want anybody to know he is there. That's why he's sitting in this cone. That's why he's constantly looking up and down. He doesn't want anybody to even come close to him. He doesn't want to be involved. He just wants to ride it out into the top echelon of placement points, and then he wants to frag out. What's concerning for P-God is he doesn't have those crash pads. He does only have 1 launch pad in his inventory, so he's going to have to look to recycle a lot of old builds. This was a lot of mobility from other players, and that is not always guaranteed.
Absolutely, I do agree. On the other hand, though, Bucky, someone who wants to get involved into the action now as the end game is approaching, he's probably looking for some interactions that he can get into. We got to think about it. Bucky, if he wants to play for first, he needs to start finding these frags now. This is where the likelihood of him catching them begins. He's already on the pepper somewhat prematurely, so that means he's crossed over and found himself a nice little comfortable nook here just underneath second height. Cease is on height, so what we're looking at is 2 of the highest placing performers so far in today's competition. Day 1 for NA East, huddled up right on top of one another. Frat is on the other side of the wall. If he opens up any of those edits, Bucky will have that free entry right inside of it. That's what he's looking for right now. Just kind of waiting this one out. 2 seconds. Here comes the first full moving. It's going to be an ultimate rush to the other side. Bucky does not have the material to build his way through, so it's going to be a matter of a pepper rotate or a lucky crash or launch pad to play into. On the other side, though, Clay, look at windows already being opened up as the threat level increases for anyone on the backside of the storm line. So these bases here are the ones at risk, and they know it.
Buggy's going to have to find a launch pad, and he's going to have to find it quickly. As you mentioned, everyone looking at him, and that's exactly what he's afraid of. Everyone crash padding. Bucky is dropping down. You see him drop on the side. He is going to recycle a crash pad, and with that pepper, be able to move very quickly. Nice shots while in the air as well. good usage of that mobility to get him in, because he's got nothing really left in the tank other than these builds. He's going to land in players. Shots go through. He's not going to connect. He is going to get the elimination, though, onto Jays, and that's going to be huge. Matt Refresh comes through. No mobility, but he's got 128 builds. He is sitting pretty. He does actually end up getting crash pads there. So looking very, very good. Staff will fall there as well. Bucky in a good spot, though. He does have a chug splash as well for him there as he's trying to crash pad on through. Unfortunately, getting stuck there. He will, however, find some to recycle.
Let's not forget what that means as well for the Storm Surge, because in 10 seconds, it's going to start ticking. 15 players have to drop in this lobby. And with that one single elim, Bucky finds himself out of the hole, digs his way out, and gives himself a little bit of comfort here today. On this wide shot, though, we have P-God, on the other hand, your first place contender right now, literally holding the lead. And it's looking like this is looking like a no-brainer, a victory lap for P-God. Sitting underneath some enemy builds, he still has 300 of the heaviest materials that Fortnite has to offer. And the quick pick onto Berserker, though, on the rotate, and once again, he's in another enemy box. This time, he doesn't want to fight it. Like I said, he wants first place. He is literally playing for the victory. He gave up the opportunity for the fight, edited his way out, and continued his rotate. Now, cutting across, though, 90 mats in the low ground here. Things are getting into a dangerous situation. He has to force the fight now, Clay. He needs this more than anyone else. He's going to find it onto Edgy, and the big come up as well for the material now.
What a huge find on the Edgy. That crash pad as well going to help him out. That's everything. Siphon came through. This is going to be that crash pad. Just talked about it. He does go up. It's continuing up the hill. Shots come through, but he's got a player on top of him. He's already pretty low, and I think, unfortunately, not going to hit a big shot there. 31. Niddle is going to take him down, and we saw it around 66 points is what Bucky needs to get. He's at 51 right now, so he needs a very big run out of Bucky. He needs to get all the eliminations that he can, but he doesn't have a lot to work with. He's only got 40 builds remaining. He is going to get shot at from above, unfortunately, going down pretty low. Does have the minis to pop here. Top 16 coming through. Clicks, big elimination. Kanata going to go down as well. A lot of big names in that top 5 are falling. Bucky down to 28 HP. He's got to find something time to pop these minis.
Yeah, he just keeps getting tagged over and over. No opportunity here. That's the danger of second height, though. And all of a sudden, he finds a rocket launcher. This is gonna be the opportunity if he really wants to play for height. But now, take a look. He's gonna go and open up the ramp. He sends the rocket in. I think it connects one time, but it's not gonna be enough. Now they're setting up for the next poise here. 78 total HP. Looking down below, trying to see if someone's underneath him. Yes, the cone's going to be the indicator. Someone's trying to break their way through, and yeah, he's going to find it. It's onto Rocks, the 110 from the RPG. Just enough to give him a single point. 54 points now. He needs this one, and yes, he finds that one as well. Down goes Thatch. 4 points. Top 5 approaching. Clay, can he do it? He's just 10 points away. He needs the elims. No! Bucky's going to fall. It's a commandment here.
Commandment cutting the play short. Bucky not going to be able to top P-God, who will be on top here, and not in the game, but is going to get that first place. White Hat on top right now. Does have the caddy shockwave launchers. Avery's coming over the top. Shots come through. White Hat going to be taken down very low with the shockwave, going to save him there. Avery going to get sent into zone. Shots come through. White Hat does have that crash pad into the shockwave. This is going to be beautiful for him. Just sends everybody into zone, but he sends himself. No, he gets the elimination. The Siphon comes through. Shotgun shots coming through as well. He gets another one as well. Another one. 3 back-to-back-to-back eliminations for White Hat. He picks up the dub.
So let's take a look and see how things ended. What were the final standings coming out on the day?
You know why they call these standings? It's because no one can sit down when they're trying to wait for what the results were. P-God, though, at first, 66 points, 11 ahead of Bucky in second. Both players were the ones out of this round to watch in NA East.
And it was a tough task. I mean, we asked who could overtake and who could really be up there. We saw Bucky, we saw Kanata, we saw Cease, but they weren't just rising up to the top at the very beginning. It was a slow start for all of these guys, and unfortunately for Archive, he will fall because of their late bloom and late rise to the top of the leaderboard. Archive, though, played very, very well, especially for somebody, again, who was not affiliated. He did not have a sub button on Twitch, did not stream that much before today. Now landing in 5th place, that's definitely something to remember for going forward.
Yeah,
Right.
one thing to keep in mind and remember too for this next page is these people who have more elims versus the ones who have a little bit lesser and are still near the same overall places. So like Nico at 9 with the win versus like Rokane somewhere with 13, a little bit higher than him too.